Hey guys, welcome to the first Mo Trades video. This is going to be my favorite channel because I day trade every day, if not once or twice a day, depending on the day, and it's always based on the market sentiment. But the point of this channel is to walk you guys through some of these day trades. And in this video today, I want to show you guys how I made $250 in the past 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, just day trading XRP using leverage to my advantage and smartly using a stop loss. So let's walk through the trade and let me show you guys what happened here. So this morning we saw a beautiful trade on XRP. This was the top point here and we entered in for a short right here, and it was a beautiful, beautiful entry. And the reason we actually took this entry is because we do have this trend line that we're following, and on top of that, the bands, part of some of my day trading strategies, showed me that it's a good opportunity to take a small short. But the most important thing when it comes to trading is what exchange you're doing it on, and then the type of risk management that you're using. Now look, I did only use a $20 margin on this position, and a lot of times I actually use 150 or even up to $250, and the most times I've ever used is a 500 to 1,000. But the trick to my strategy is I like to use high leverage because the goal is to use a little bit of money to be able to make a lot of money and make it a consistent skill. So we entered this short here with XRP with our stop loss just above, and you guys look at how small the stop loss is. It's about under 8%. Now we are using 500x leverage on this strategy, but the reason we do that is because we don't need much margin to be able to have a large position size. And it also gives us a better upside. At the same time, you also have a bigger downside if you don't use a stop loss. But in this channel, I'm going to show you guys I always use stop losses. It is so important for me when I'm day trading. If I am swing trading, I might lower the leverage and I might not have as big of a stop loss, but there's always a need for a stop loss. I mean, just like a week ago, you guys saw there was a $20 billion liquidation point for so many people worldwide. So many people lost so much money. So you want to be smart and have your stop loss. But we took this entry on XRP. We set our stop loss above here. Now that the trade has gone in our favor, what we don't want to do is just run to close the trade. We're going to move this down here to kind of give it time, right? And the reason you want to do that is because when you're trading, you want to let your trades play out, and you really want to let your winners run, and you want to let your losers get stomped out as soon as possible. And realistically, even with this, since we broke more lower lows like this, we are really comfortable moving this down to even here, and that would basically give us a 10x on our money. We used $19.97 to basically make $190. After fees, we're down to about $170. But the thing you want to think about here is the reason we're trailing the stop loss is because we don't know if XRP is going to make it all the way down to here. Right? You guys, like, this trend looks like it's over. We made a double top. It could even be called a head and shoulders in some cases. I don't really love the patterns usage for trading, but it is nice to know them. And then we're going to let this ride as much as possible. And realistically, if we get a nice little dump here for only about 5%, we're literally looking at $700 profit out of a $20 position. Now, some of you guys are going to say, well, your stop loss was going to lose $100. Yes, that's true, because it is a 500x leverage. And the math on a 500x leverage is every 0.2, you lose the entirety of your margin. So if it's 1%, you're going to lose 5 times the margin. In this example, let's just assume round up $20. So 20 times 5, we're at $100 risked, right? Because we had a 1% loss point right here. So we would have lost only $100 if this trade went against us. And that $100 with fees would probably be about $120 to about $130. But right now it's going in our favor, and we're going to let the market ride as long as we can. And you always want to do that when you're trading. If you're trying to make trading your career, you need to understand it involves patience and honestly just risk management. You don't even need to use this high of leverage. If you have a big amount of capital and you like using low leverage and being in the market, you can totally do that. And we'll go over some of those strategies over time in this channel. But the goal is, as I consistently build my strategies, track my trades, I'll show you guys how I'm doing that and the best way that I'm consistently profiting on the market. I'll make another detailed video of some of my last trades here, but we can see the last week has been very, very fruitful for us. And I want to show you guys how this business comes to be, right? So from here on October 11th, we had an entry at 11 and we left at around 12:57, so about 2 hours, and we made $386 off of that trade. Then the very next day, we had another, I think this was a short. Yep, we had another short at around $1,400 win, round down 1,300. So we're at around $1,800 roughly here. Then we did take a $600 loss, and we took them on 3 trades. We had 2 shorts close out against us. It was a Crow short and a BTC short. And the funny part is, you guys, the stop loss was just too tight, which is very normal. You're going to learn that that's very normal when you're day trading, right? And you're not going to let it stop you, because you're still in a good opportunity many times. And then I had a Solana long also go against us, which is about $600 losses here. And then today completely made up that $600 loss. So we're basically sitting at roughly $1,800 in profit since the 11th, and today is the 14th of October. And right now this trade is still going to our advantage, right? We're gonna leave it and give it some time to cook. As people say nowadays, we want this to cook as much as possible. And realistically, we're just looking for a bit more of a dump. You know, I'm really just kind of looking for something like this. And then I'm really hoping that it stabilizes down here. And heck, I could even move my take profit down to here. And you guys, this is such a big possibility. It is never a guarantee in the market where the asset's going to go. And realistically, all the traders online that tell you, oh, it's going to hit this price, they don't know. You guys, they don't know. It's using support, resistance, trend lines. But the thing is, the market never does what you want it to. Now, let me show you this. This $700 trade here was extremely a perfect entry and exit. And you guys, completely just good luck for that exit. There is no way I would have caught that. I had my take profit down there just because of this recent support turn resistance. And the idea here was that it would bounce off of here, and it literally hit that exact point. And we can see that, right? Our entry was 262, which is this blue line here. That's where we started the short, and we literally made $700 in under an hour and a half, right? And the exit here was 253, which is exactly this number. That's what these 2 lines signify. That was my last trade that I just took on XRP. After we had this little run up, we took the short, and now we're going to wait out to see how this trade plays out. Here's what we know. Right now, my stop loss is set to 192. So no matter what happens, if this trade goes against us, we are still going to profit $190 off of a $20 margin and only risking $100. So right now, this is a 2-to-1 trade. And the way we're calling it a 2-to-1 trade is because our risk was 100 and we're walking away with almost 200. So you could even say about 1.8 to 1. And that's a very good ratio when you are looking for day trading scalps like this, right? And the thing I like about crypto is it's 24 hours a day. I have the capability to trade BTC, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Doge. Those tend to be the 5 that I'm consistently watching here, right? I got my Bitcoin here. Ethereum is sitting right here. We've got Solana sitting right here, XRP, and then Doge. And those are the only 5 that I really try to focus on. And sometimes I'll take some of these random plays in Crow, ADA, or any of these random tokens. And the reason I like to do that is just because they have bigger moving potential. But my negative to them is that their leverage amount is a lot lower. So then I have to use more of my margin to actually play, where I really like the 500x leverage capability. And again, you need to be smart with it using your stop loss. So if you're looking for a strategy that's going to help you learn how to day trade and scalp consistently, because I've been doing this for about 8 years now, and I've only about the past 2 years and a half perfected my day trading strategy and have been consistently profitable on the market like this. People keep asking me on my news channel, hey, when are you going to do just trades? So that's why we're doing this channel. So thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you're subscribed so you do not miss out on how my strategy adapts over time with the market, because the markets always change. And you need to understand it's going to be like this forever. Day trading is not something where you have one strategy and you're able to just consistently use it. You need to adapt your strategy as the market shifts itself. And that's going to keep changing. We never know when news is going to come out. We never know when a big whale is going to sell. And all these other YouTubers tell you they know. There is actually no way to know, or else everybody would be extremely rich themselves. But day trading as a career itself is something that I truly love. It's honestly changed my life for the better. And I'm hoping to do the same for you guys. So please make sure you subscribe. Comment below what you like, what questions you have. Don't ever be scared to ask, because I do know that day trading has given me the freedom And I know that so many of you are looking for the same opportunity. So please don't hesitate, ask questions. Thank you guys so much for being here on the channel. I'll keep recording these videos. I'll show you guys how my trading is going, and we'll show the losses. You guys, we're gonna have some big loss days and we're gonna have some great win days. And that's basically the business of trading. So you just need to understand that. You need to be able to handle and stomach some of those losses, because that's the only way you're going to make it in the long run. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.